Hey Ike, greetings. Glad to see you. Many blessings back to you as well, Lizzie. Greetings, Michael Sinla. How are ya? That's how I'm gonna greet you from now on, just the one and the two. All right, Daniel Fernandez, I see you joining us. And M. Colby has returned to us. Mike, glad to see you here. You know how we do. As we're starting our show for the evening, if you're worried, don't worry. You found yourself at the right Zoom box. This is the Thursday night online open mic. I'm still Ray Jane, and for those of you who have not met me before, I'm your host for the evening. And the way we start is we usually give our family a little time to amble in. The real world sometimes keeps us from the things we want to get to the fastest. So we leave them a little space and a little grace while I greet you all and let you know that you're welcome here, right? And we start off with that type of energy, hoping to build on it throughout the night. Hey, Gustav coming on the screen with a big smile. I love it. I love it. Greetings, greetings. I see Joski is also very close and making all the magic happen. I love it. I love it. The dimples, we live for those as well. Okay, Melinda Lucas, thank you for being here with us. And Jeff Cottrell with Pinky on the side. I'm dropping the guaranteed list into the chat for you. Yes, 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 Joski. If you don't see yourself on the guaranteed list, then please do hit me with that Zoom DM and just let me know because we have something called the good luck round. And in a few minutes, we'll talk a little bit more about what that is, but it's basically what it sounds like. So if you don't find yourself on the guaranteed list, let me know. We usually have about 5 to 10 spots open and available for those folks who would like to still share. That would be great. Is the video coming in a little crazy? Are you guys okay? Everything back to normal? Okay, good. Y'all let us know, okay? We only got the 2 eyes. I got 2 extra, but they don't really count. You know what I'm saying? I see CP Mays and Ngoma have joined us, and Natty. Ooh, the room is filling up quite nicely. So don't worry if you came in after the list was shared. It'll be shared several more times throughout the evening. Okay? So if you don't know again where you have found yourself, this is the Thursday night online open mic presented to you by the New Eurekan Poets Cafe, the legendary, right? And since we can't be in the bricks, we make our own little bricks in this Zoom room together. Okay, so we are here to share our particular magic. You're going to hear me say that several times throughout the evening. So if you're tired of it, that's okay. You just gonna have to get over that, all right? So what we are presenting today, those folks who are brave enough to throw themselves out there, that is poetry, music, and comedy. So we have 2 lists going for the evening. One list is the guaranteed list, and you jump on that by signing up 24 hours ahead of time. So since we're spitting together on Thursday night, you would sign up 24 hours ahead on Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern at the neweurekan.org. Full events calendar. Pick your Thursday of choice, 9 p.m. slot, and artist ticket. And I know you're like, oh my God, who can remember all of them instructions? If you forget, you can always follow me on Instagram. That's ITSRAYJANE. And the Wednesday morning beforehand, usually dropping a little instructional reel just to remind you, because if you ain't anything like me, sometimes all the circuits don't cross like this and real life gets in the way. So if real life does get in the way, though, we want you to be easy, okay? So if you forget to sign up, you forget how you're scrambling at 9 p.m., what you ate at 7 p.m. is backing up on you. We understand. Just come on through 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday night, and you can let me know in the Zoom DMs that you would still like to share. And we have 5 to 10 spaces left on what we call the good luck round. So we still have space for you. And for all the folks who are trying to bring us their words for the evening in our little Zoom boxes. Please put your pronouns and your IG handles in your boxes with you so that we know how to pronounce you properly, how to address you, how to welcome you in, while also being welcoming, okay? And if this is your hustle, this is what you do, you want to get a little dollar on the side, you got a PayPal, a Venmo, a Cash App, please be prepared to put it in the chat after you go, before you go, during your go, if you're really talented with it. But let us have an opportunity to support you further, to find you, to lift you, to help you promote what you put out there, okay? Because that's the kind of space that you found yourself in. It is not a competitive space. We only really have one rule up in here, and that's don't get cute because you will get the boot. And what's the boot? The boot is RMT, or Ron Mark Thompson, who is serving us in the background. So shout out to RMT. He is our producer for the evening, and he is helping to keep us safe. So if you see anything, please do say something. So we're talking disrespectful content. We're talking anything that's really offensive, whether that's outwardly or in the chat. Let us know so we can help keep this space safe. All right? Why? Because it's free, okay? Ain't nobody charging us nothing to be here. So the least we can do is keep it safe. And it's free, so, we take a second to pay the bills and do a special shout out to our donors, the National Endowment for the Arts, the New York State Council on the Arts, the New York City Department of Cultural Affairs, Amazon Literary Partnership, and the New York Community Trust. Thank you for your contributions. And if you would like to add yourself to that list for a tax-deductible donation, y'all, tax time is coming up, please come to the neweurekan.org/contribute. Or you can even find us on the Cash Apps, okay? $ New Eurekan Poets Cafe, okay? We got some more donation-oriented events coming up, some exciting things which we'll get into later on in the show. But for right now, I think we're warm enough. I think we're ready. What y'all think? Y'all think we're ready? You think we're ready? Can we go? Can we go? Can we get some thumbs up? Can we get some snaps in your boxes? Bring that energy up. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I am dropping the guaranteed list once more for all the folks who just joined in. And as you can see, we are jumping off on the evening with Jeff Cottrell and our friend Pinky. Please unmute yourself and go ahead and do your thing.
Okay, so here's one that got published a couple of years ago in an online magazine called The Dreaming Machine, or maybe it's The Dream Machine. I don't feel like looking it up. It's called If It Happened Now. And if the Salem witch trials happened now, we'd hang Rebecca Nurse for her witch privilege. And all Giles Corey's pleas for mercy would be met with mocking taunts of, okay, boomer. Susanna Martin and John Proctor would decry the lack of innocence presumed and say due process had been undermined. But every judge would shout all protests down with consequence and accountability. And Abigail Williams would tell her story in an HBO documentary. And if the reign of terror happened now, we'd leave it to the internet to judge the fates of nobles and their families. Marie Antoinette would never get a trial. The Twitter sound and fury would be more than enough to rush her to the scaffold steps. Her live-streamed execution would break YouTube. Her head would sit atop the Eiffel Tower and pose in selfies with millennial tourists. And Robespierre would win the Pulitzer Prize for his tell-all, Catch and Kill. And if McCarthyism happened now, we'd name and shame our socialist ex-partners and friends in epic social media rants, accompanied by the hashtag #CommieToo. Blacklisted screenwriters and actors all would cry and moan into an empty void, only to hear, this isn't cancellation, you're only being criticized, shut up, while they collected unemployment peanuts. And Elia Kazan would grace the covers of Time and Vanity Fair for his courage. And if the satanic panic happened now, we'd scream, believe the children, twice as loud. And anyone demanding evidence in the McMartin and Little Rascals trials would be on the wrong side of history. 100 famous goth and metal bands would sign an open letter in Rolling Stone, begging for freedom of speech and free expression. But everyone would scoff and call them whiners. And Tipper Gore would be immortalized in a Netflix hagiography. Good thing humanity has reached its apex, and these events could never happen now. Thank you. That was me. That was called If It Happened Now.
Love that. And guess what? It is happening now, and we are grateful. Okay, so please unmute yourselves and let Jeff know how you feel.
That was
Brilliant, Jeff. Yeah.
Great way to open.
Wonderful.
Great
Loved
observations.
it.
Brilliant.
That was amazing, Jeff. I've listened to you for many, many years. That was amazing.
I agree. That was super brilliant. You're so on point. You're amazing, Jeff.
Thank you.
And Pinky rules too.
Okay. Come on. Warming it up for us. That's the way we get it started in here. Thank you, Jeff, for being here and for sharing your brilliance. All right. So from one brilliant poet to the next, one beloved member of our community to the next, please put yourselves together for Deadpan Lizzie. Give it up for Zer. Give it up for Zer.
Thank you. Beanie blessings to you, Rajan, and the community. Don't worry about my books and all I do. Something I want everyone to consider is I am doing the Broadway run for Broadway Care Equity Fights AIDS, March 25th. They are an incredible organization. I've been working with them for about a decade. They save lives and help people around the world who still live with HIV/AIDS. Any donation is helpful. It helps keep someone's electricity on. It helps provide heat during these rough winters. With the donations that's already come in together, we've, on my account, already have given 50 free meals to people who are in need. So I will drop a link for that after, but I hope you will consider. Thank you. I'm going to read tonight some free writing I did in a Guerrilla Poets workshop earlier. Marissa Prada facilitated, where we talked about miracles. So thank you, Marissa Prada, for these wonderful prompts. It would be a miracle if people could put their egos aside and value each other equally, to not fear evolvement and understand we all come from incredibly different walks of life, where we should never feel pressure to share all of it. Privacy will always be a privilege, so will being in the public eye. What happens when you take advantage of a fellow soul? Nothing good. We simply put one foot in front of the other and will never be better than anyone else. If you are given a second chance, or one or 1,000 small, why not take any of that into allowance for humanity, for yourself to do better, instead of continuing to cheat? If I were to face a near-death experience again, would I want to be saved? My 4 questions. Who is trying to save me? Why? To look like a hero, or because they think I should be here and not with my grandparents? If it was for them to look like a hero, I would rather cross over. That my memories will hopefully be a blessing, and know my time here on earth, I made good dents. Not to say I haven't fucked up, but I don't make the same mistake twice. I was raised better than that. Humans make dents, all the same size. We all have trauma and triggers. No one is more special than anyone else. The minute you think you are, God instantly takes freedom away from you. Thank you so much. Beanie blessings.
Ooh, that was a deep one. That was a deep one. Thank you for being here. Please unmute yourselves and give Lizzie some love for
Man,
that.
tonight is
Lizzie.
now
Yeah.
layered.
Woo! Great
Wow.
Thank
free
you,
run.
Sam.
Great
Got a
free
lot to
run.
live up to tonight.
Thank you, Sam. Appreciate
That's
you.
what we needed to hear.
Right. It's beautiful.
Beautiful, right? The truth often sets the bar high. So we appreciate you for telling the truth. We need that. We need that. Okay, I'm mad at y'all. I'm not mad at y'all tonight. Okay, I see what you're trying to do. I'm picking up what you're putting down, folks. I'm picking it up. Okay, I appreciate all of you for being here. Could have been anywhere else, and we appreciate you for choosing to rock out with us this evening. Okay, and as a gift for your choice, we're gonna spice things up a little bit. Okay, so if you have small ones nearby, please put them to bed. This is not the portion of the evening suitable for the small ones. Okay, please, thank you. All right, great. All right. So, in the way that only he could, I'm going to allow Ed to bring you his own particular spice for the evening. Please unmute yourself, Ed Flametastic.
Because you make me feel so fantastic. Hope everyone ready for a triple rhyme on this sublime tonight. Well, this is called Between the Shades of Crimson. Our naked bodies generally nestle in dripping preparation towards a bittersweet destination or a steamy vacation. Our hungry hearts sing a wild beat on repeat till our sexual energy depletes. A quick change in sexual position to satisfy our naughty conditions, to feel our jolting interventions. Your body slowly lowers to submerge in my hard mass while our minds taste the rushing whiplash coming in deep and fast. My manly hands caress your soft, docile skin without end while my mind transcend. Your nipples firmly welcome my lips while your vivid fingertips slowly grips. Your soft body rolled up and down, making deep sounds while we shake and quake off the ground. Our burning lovemaking fueled by sexual overflow make our bodies glow in our boiling meadow. Our energetic lungs whispered of blue taboo while deep lusts renew and grew. The deep notes sang in the musky skies inside our milky eyes while the energy rise, and rise. The penetrating pleasurable force reaches deep in our bodies and souls to fill naked holes with volts tenfold. The burning jolts bombard our flesh as we make sexual progress couldn't be suppressed. The pleasurable thrust of our hungry lust going to our loins flush, the continuous tugging of our naughty intentions, embracing sense of interception towards satisfying dimensions. The crisp sheets are dancing around our frantic bodies, drinking our scorching tsunamis while we finish our adult hobbies. Our naked tango was fueled by electrifying awakening while our loins kept aching and baking. Our lungs gas inside our wet bodies, tensing from the surge of pleasure that is flowing in high measure, fueling the flurry of pressure. My tongue slittered to your pink mass as I do the wild routine and flick your burning beam while we cause an upbeat scene. Our foggy minds are staggering from the sensation of rushing up our spines, filling in white lines while enveloped in burning signs. Our bodies are moving in a spicy rhythm of ecstasy, engulfing the crimson shivering inside you and me. Our deep groans echo in our chests, blowing into a deep songs of O's and yes while we tenderly mesh. The pink softness of your fire filled me with desire to go higher, higher and higher. The surreal sensation for loins throughout our spines and serenading the brains from compressed strings and saw sultry domains. Our bodies covered in passionate sex in order to make a gratifying success in a cinnamon mess. At our sexual high, which is reaching its peak, we're doing so many unique techniques while our minds have gone bleak. The rainfall spasm feeds our nerves while we feel each other's curves from the luxurious maneuvers. A sound of darkness covered our passionate spots, unwinding our inner knots and experiencing a forest so hot. The whispers of sexual high couldn't be denied while we color our gray skies. Our restless bodies slept on comfy marshmallows with heads resting on pillows underneath the sun's glow. Our dreams kept seeping while the sun was creeping, but the alarm kept beeping. Thank you.
Ooh, you took us there. Okay, I'm sad for that alarm because that was a nice dream. Okay, please unmute yourselves and let Ed know how you feel.
Ed, yeah.
Yes, Eddie.
Fire hose. Great ending.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ed. We appreciate you. You did a fantastic job at your feature over the weekend on Sunday with Roll. All right, it was beautiful to watch you do your thing and take up space, right? So this is why we tell you all we're not selfish with you here. We want to see you at all the platforms, right? Absorbing, learning, sharing, whatever you can, becoming conduits in your own right for somebody else to make it over, whatever it is, right? That's all we're trying to do out here is make it over. So bend yourself into a bridge if you're brave, right? And that's what we invite you to do with your words here. Cool? So let's get back into the next bridge, right? Might even find yourself near a lighthouse, but I'll let him tell you that himself, okay? Michael Sindler, please unmute yourselves and welcome back.
Hey, good to be here. Yeah, always great. And yes, yeah, I am, of course, going to talk about a lighthouse, and it's lighthousewriters.org. And it's just got so many great things going on. Actually, quick little funny story. My brother texted me this thing like, oh man, you got to listen to this thing on This American Life. So I went to it. It's like, oh yeah, well, that's Edgar Carrot. You know, I got to take a class with him at Lighthouse. So it's like just Lighthouse Magazine, like the greatest people, just one of dozens of great people I've been able to take classes with there. So moving on from that, I thought I would start doing one, just sort of little piece for my mom. It's called My Mother's Wardrobe. My mother's wardrobe was descriptive and expansive, shifting styles, decades worth of materialized personality, closet after overstuffed closet, folded into box after box, donated to a favorite charity, delivered soon after she died. I like to think of that clothing bringing joy to many women who now pull them from closets or bags or cases and wear them. I know my mother's loving spirit would be overjoyed seeing others beautifully arrayed, pleased that she could share them. And I'm just going to do an older one. And this is fairly short too. I don't want to leave time for lightning round or good luck round, whatever we call it here. Smaller cousin for Joy Harjo. Joy tells me I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I burst with heat. I warm the world with rhythmic beat. I wither away your lengthening shadows that thin into harmless reflection. I am the smaller cousin. I stand close. You can feel me deep in your chest as we embrace. Skin of your drum vibrating in harmony. We're an expanding, dancing circle. I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I rise, fall, and rise again. You can count on my return. Every moment apart brings me closer once again. I dry your tears with my breath and wait among the clouds, watching as pure rain washes you clean. I'm the cousin of the sun, caressing the curve of the earth, reflecting poetry against the mirror of the moon. Even when you do not see me, I send my message of love from the silvered surface, scythe to circle in rotation. I am the smaller cousin of the sun. I am the brother sister to your heart. I am the same pounding sound of life and love, the same struggling, triumphant pump, fist-sized and world-encompassing. We are the smaller cousins of the sun, our warmth nurturing each other, reaching out our rays, braiding light into threads, a sheet of pure love to lay across the land and sky. Okay, thank y'all.
Ooh, beautiful, beautiful read. Beautiful read. Please put your information in the chat and where the folks can find the lighthouse, right? We're all looking for a lighthouse, so please put one in the chat for us. Please unmute yourselves and give Michael a yell.
Oh, yes, Michael.
Yeah. Michael.
Man.
I wish I would have came up with that smaller cousin of the sun. Oh, that was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Thank you for taking us there, inspiring the room, pushing our minds a little bit. We appreciate that. Next mind-bending poet to step to the mic is Propaganda Poet. Please unmute yourself. Welcome back, brother.
Good evening, all. Hello, welcome from Palomar Mountain tonight is where I'm at. And it's Michael Sindler. I want to thank you especially for that Joy Harjo poem. Joy Harjo is one of my favorite poets in the world. She's one of the only human beings who can make me believe that love truly is the revolution. And I actually got to host her at a writing thing that I did a while back. And she was every bit as amazing as you think she is. She's just awesome. So thank you for that. That brought back some amazing memories. So since last week my connection was so horrible, I'm just going to go ahead and do those poems again. So the first one is called, the title of this poem is Just Another Question. You'll never befriend a wolf when you're sleeping with the sheep. If you keep a wish from falling, then the stars will cease to shine. You climb a million nightmares, you lose your dreams, too much to bear. If you share a superstition, you keep darkness in a stone. Then you atone the moon of many wares across the inner void. But to avoid this vision given there is to stare into the sun. Everyone is always wondering just where we will survive. This hive mentality mentoring cannot replace forever. You'll never befriend a wolf if you keep sleeping with the sheep. And then this one is called Getaway. I agree with Cassie and Andor. Everyone does have their own rebellion. My baggage is on vacation. I left it on the side of the road as I rode off into the sunrise, left the storm chasing me, tracking all the tragedy while I set off to become the narrator of my own story. But the story kept trying to write itself. No matter what plot lines I was being shown, my baggage was flown, spiraling off on its own to an entirely different planet. I was trying to rise once again, but I guess I was just too close to the sun for anyone to see that the shadows still reside within me. My baggage is on vacation with no true destination, just riding all the sideshow attractions, just trying to get a reaction, just trying to leave all of my satisfaction dismantled like fractals, sparking all along starry skies, questioning why I let the vacuum of all this space gravitate all my grace to yet another ravenous black hole. My baggage is on vacation, getting stolen like vibrations emanating out of joyful libations, being transported like dark star revelations, orchestrating chaotic correlations, trying to make all my frustrations the center of my universe. But I will no longer rehearse in reverse. Moving forward is not a curse. So someone call me a hearse as I recall my baggage from its vacation without hesitation, so I can finally write a eulogy for all of the darkness inside of me as a reminder to love defiantly, even the darkest parts of my memories. So include them all as necessity, parts of me, and maybe rewrite my brain's chemistry. And then maybe, instead of just narrating, I might actually become the hero of my own story. Thank you for listening. Thank you for encouraging my behavior. Thank you all for being amazing and making the world a better place.
Well, you've already accomplished that whole hero bit, whether you know it or not. Please unmute yourselves and give them some love for that.
Yeah, oh my God. Yeah, love defiantly.
Amazing.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
Hell
Great
of a
stuff.
message, man. Hell of a message. Love defiantly, right? What do we need to hear more than that? Nothing. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking us to the mountains. I didn't even know I needed to go. I didn't know. But I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Anybody ask me if I was at that mountain, I'll say, yup. Virtually. But it counts. It counts. It counts. All right. Moving on to the next artiste in the building with us is Daniel Fernandez. Please unmute yourself. Welcome back.
Hello. I'm gonna send my socials real quick because usually I end up forgetting that pretty quickly. I also wanted to explain from last week, I believe on Monday, that my camera ended up getting off because I didn't notice that when you go to the comments section and then you leave off the app since I'm on the phone, it doesn't record. So it shows like your name, and I also ended up having EPOV over there, which is a reference to when I wanted to make music back in high school. I wanted my name to be EPOV, EPOV, standing for everyone's point of view, which I thought was a nice touch. For today's poem, I actually have a touch of hope, a thread of hope, sorry, a poem that I will perform both on Monday, that's coming up since I missed the last one, and I will also perform it, well, today. Let me just jump into it. Okay, a thread of hope. You got to open the heart to inspire confidence, move the foot in order to dance, right with the soul since it's in high demand, like a fork holding the patience in our hands. I know it's a lot to ask, but bear with me. I'll speak slowly so that the message is said clearly. Let's collaborate and produce poetry, arrange a date to perfect a masterpiece, a song or poem, whatever the public needs. I'm down for whichever, as long as somebody notices me. Craft a potion of an unexpected potency. For those who are jaded, smack them with irony. For those who hate, I do this for family. Money will go for them. We are screwed by the economy. Let's bend the rules of the English language. Speak in ways teachers take advantage, throwing metaphors like a priceless package to build anticipation like an unopened fridge. Soak up the compliments because it's never inadequate. Hold ambition like a claw clip. Travel the world, maybe one day. Sadly, like my job, I'm within the state, in Jersey, so I can't escape. Chasing the American dream, but it became a mistake. Low-key jealous, a propaganda poet living on the interstate, driving with poetry as a passenger and living life along the way. Speak like Paul Skiff with the energy of Gustav. Get lost in the voice like an inside job. I am my own enemy and the pain doesn't stop. Cleaning a furnace with a cotton swab. CP Mace killing it with the delivery. Baby with words that get the heart crying. Kayla's venting poems are so unique. Thank Elemental and Ray Jane for hosting every week. Open mind, open mic, I didn't forget you clearly. Jump in and let the soul move freely. I love you all, couldn't mention everyone. This would become a 30-minute read, so I'll continue on the next one. The ink doesn't die, so like a treadmill, I let it run. Been venting for 10 years. At this point, I thought I would be done. Taking hits like a target stand, and then the pen spoke all of a sudden. Looking for peace while the world keeps pressing my buttons. Motivation can push more than the batteries. A dedication like counting calories. Eye on the prize, not everyone will agree. Hold down a dream more than gravity. I appreciate the love, and for those who listen, inhale the words to exhale a question. Nod the head while I spit a confession, to feel this from within and digest a lesson. I write my heart to escape the depression, but I can't take it anymore, like that time of the month. Let's vent or chill, vibe and live, smoke and write until the sun doesn't exist. Post it on the web and let it roam for a bit, through the cracks of the internet before it starts to glitch. Help me make a book or start a club, gain some fans and let them judge. Dissect these lines and have some fun. Appreciate an effort and say one of us. Like what Arshagra said, don't tell a question to shut up. Teach a pen to talk and a broken soul to love. Lantern carriers' words of wisdom are thrashing the gut, showing us the scrolls written by God with a layer of anthrax dust, and hell with no shoulder angels to discuss. Ashamed and alone, I resorted to drugs. It sure slows time down, but life just popped the clutch. We fight to survive, but when in doubt, then what? Been losing faith lately, compressing my innocence. A destroyed passion from managing finance. Ignore the signs while stuck in a trance. Replace organic notions for assets. Struggling is common, so I won't ask for sympathy. Care for you while I manage this emotional injury. Thanks to poetry, the world can feel empathy. Blood on paper being spread with creativity. Thoughts twirling like a pirouette. And yet we resist, like what Deed Allen said. I'll be on Reddit hiding behind a thread. Either reading or typing, it all depends. Driving with my brain on autopilot. Music is playing, but the vibe is silent. Eyes dim with lights to reflect. Been shot with hate, but still willing to respect. Recently, I've been told my words will never bring a check. The demons watched and forced me to accept. I took it personal, so I couldn't neglect. Lost over 50 paid contests, but fuck it, at least I tried my best. I gave up entirely and didn't write for 2 years. So thank you all for being here, listening and observing as I verbalize my tears, breaking the branches to start a new career. Not writing my life almost caused me to disappear. I had the motive and was ready to be hanged like a chandelier. Your heart is open, you invite the fear. I threw love at the world just to have the opposite appear. We can succeed together, so let's try. Let's work by doing what we love and uplifting many lives. Break the chains for those whose hands are tied. I didn't know you can save a life by having pain described. A thread of hope before debt drowns me. Throw me a buoy before I sink into a routine. Life became a lemon I couldn't squeeze. I tried to savor it like a smoothie, but money dissolved my choices. I know you all agree. So here's my soul being thrown like a frisbee. Thank you.
Thank you. And I think I speak for the room where it's our pleasure to catch that frisbee. Thank you for throwing your soul out here for us to absorb. And please make sure you don't leave any love behind in the chat while I unmute this family of
Thank you so much.
can't wait to yell at you. Okay, so please unmute yourselves and go.
Whoa, Daniel!
Hey,
Yeah!
Yeah.
I got all
Wonderful,
my
Dan.
poets in me.
Wonderful.
We are family.
Yeah.
Bravo.
Yes. Look what you did, Daniel. Look what you did, right? You set the whole room on fire. You got propaganda dancing on the mountain. That's not even safe, right? But he's going to do it anyway because you inspire him like that. Again, as I always say, please don't leave any love behind. The community is commenting. There are words that are moving people, lines that are blowing minds, right? So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. It's an extra gift for your sacrifice for the evening, right? All right, next person up to throw themselves, their soul, into the pot with the rest of us is Kelly McAllister and all that be wonderful hair. Okay, yeah, check it out. Make sure y'all get a whole eye full, okay? Please unmute yourselves and welcome back.
Thanks for bumping me up, Bridget. I have been missing a friend of mine who I lost about 2 years ago. So I'm going to read an old piece I wrote for her and a new piece I wrote for her. So the first one. I got a letter from you today, the last I will ever get. Holding the small square in my shaking hands, I was afraid to open it, knowing it was the last words you would ever gift me. I don't know what I expected. Not this small card. The cover a tasteful watercolor in soothing tones. Like all of the generic thank you cards you diligently filled out over a lifetime. What did I expect? An answer, maybe? A definitive fact I could hold close, something I could shelter behind from the storm of what if, should have, if only. The first read I could recognize no words. The letters swam in my tears like tadpoles, my pulse pounding in my ears, each thump reminding me that yours beat no longer. The second read was disillusioning. The answers I sought, I craved, I required like air for my next breath were not within. I felt no clarity, no clemency, no peace. This was all there was left, and I wanted more. Rage flared deep inside me, feral and hot, at you, at those that failed you, at myself. I wanted to shred that card with its dentist office art and its insufficient words. I wanted to rip it into tiny pieces and eat them, consume them, erase them. But on my 1000th trip over your words, in your perfectly round script and beautifully spaced lines, I finally found it, the fact I had been looking for. One I can grasp with both hands as my world fractures on a fault line of before and after. As I sit with my heart in my throat and my head in my hands, as each day carries me relentlessly away from you. In that letter, I found the truth, the one truth, the only truth, to which I can cling. You loved me, and that will have to be enough. So that was one, and this is two with a little time and a Tumblewords poem to boot. This one's called There Is Never Enough Room to Grieve. There is never enough room to grieve. No matter how desolate the moors, I still need more space for wailing lamentations, more space for meandering and veering, hunting the elusive healing, the gleaming promise of peace over each hill behind every rock as I walk, with the grief galling, every foot falling, every rhythmic beat of my feet on this path as I buckle under the burden of your memory, heavy with the gilding I have granted it, with eyes newly bereaved, the mythologizing of eulogizing, the selective memorizing that shapes fresh grief, too raw for the parts of you that were polarizing. So I walk more on these moors, worried that tomorrow this morning will be lighter, but even more that it won't be. And that's all for me.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know about the rest of y'all. Please unmute yourself and let Kelly know how you feel.
Beautiful.
Kelly,
John.
thank you. That spoke to my grief too. Thank you.
Oh, gorgeous.
Wonderful and beautiful pieces. Holding space with you as you remember your loved ones. And we're taking that as a moment to also, send some love to you all who might be grieving. and holding it, and then maybe nobody knows. You're walking around just holding it and nobody knows. Or maybe you're holding it and everybody knows. Whatever place you find yourself on the spectrum of feeling, we stand with you. Also, that goes out to La Bruja, our executive director, the original host of the Thursday night online open mic, who also suffered a loss this week, has to lose her beloved pet, her dog, her companion, Pinky. Also, we send love to her as well. And when we invite you to turn that loss into a celebration with us of her life, her birthday is coming up and being celebrated on Saturday, right? So we like to celebrate the life that we are given, that we are blessed enough to have. It is a event that is there to support the Nuyo and all the things that we're doing, all of our events. So every bit of the proceeds is going towards what you and I are blessed enough to take advantage of. And so tickets are a little high in the price, about 50 bones. I know that's a hurt one. It hurt me too. It hurt me too, guys. It hurt me too. But again, remember, every week we get to look at each other. We get to have this safe place to put our feelings, to put our stuff down when it gets too heavy. So all of these events make that possible. And if you're interested and you're in New York and you just want an excuse to party at the Nuyo, that could also be your reason as well. So I just dropped the link in the chat. So please do come through. And if you're able to swing it, donate what you can. In the meantime, we're going to jump back into this list and pick our spirits up, or let them be down if that's where they're going to be at. That's all right. You know, we kind of just go with the flow up in here. Okay? But I think we got a little gusto coming to us. I don't know. Something's telling me that maybe that's the way we're going with this. Okay, Gusto, please unmute yourself. We're glad to see you in the room.
Hey, Ray Jane. Hey, beloved poets. I have 3 shorter pieces, 2 originals, and a cover, as I am wont to do on Thursdays. This piece is about George Santos, representative from New York and a compulsive liar. It's called Santos-ish. Everything Santos says is true-ish. Why, he went to NYU-ish. He claims to be Jewish. He played volleyball. His favorite cheese is blue-ish. He's quite a liar, but that much we knew-ish. George thinks we're all foolish. Santos says he speaks Yiddish. He says the kiddish. He may be Swedish. If that seems a bit freakish, his lies have that reekish of rotting fruit, fish, they're weakish. George may be Greekish, if that helps his mystique-ish. And this poem is called Syzygy. Behold our loving energy. When stars align, it's syzygy. Nuyo poets' creative diversity. We spit in the face of adversity. Born on wings of eloquence, dropping truths of consequence. Letters forming words of magic, transforming trauma and the tragic. Distill from pain the raw emotion, pours on the page like an ocean. We keep writing so we don't drown. With every adjective, adverb, verb, and noun, thoughts coalesce that will astound. Watch these weirdos get profound. On Thursday night, the place to be, Nuyorican open mic. You see, our voices coming down the wire. We set this fucking Zoom on fire. And this next piece is Ozymandias by Percy Bysshe Shelley. I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert. Near them, on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies, whose frown and wrinkled lip and sneer of cold command tell that its sculptor well those passions read, which yet survive, stamped on those lifeless things, the hand that mocked them and the heart that fed. And on the pedestal those words appear, my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, and despair. Nothing beside remains, round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. Thank you.
Thank you for that energy. We needed it in that first piece. Come on, man. That's a chef's kiss from the brain. Please unmute yourselves and give Gustav some love.
That this Zoom
Gustav.
works on fire.
Crazy creative, crazy creative.
Yeah. Wonderful. Way to go. Way to go.
Hey, if our sister Bianca was in the room, she would call that bananas. Okay, so there's bananas with a P because it's poetry. You know what I'm saying? We take all the liberties we can, you know. They're not free, folks. The liberties are not free. Okay, if you were listening, you may have heard that in those pieces as well. All right, next person up. And I just want to let you guys know we have space on the good luck round. Got a couple of folks who didn't make it in and some folks who are willingly giving up their spots. And that folk is Dr. or Mr. Probably might as well just call him Doctor because, you know, the words and everything. Mr. Tezazomo presented us with what we call a pleasant gesture after Scott Pleasance from our community. So whenever somebody willingly gives up their spot so that somebody else can have a chance to share, we call it a pleasant gesture. So for those folks who are in the room and don't find yourself on the guaranteed list and you are inspired, you're like, you know what, Gustav just changed my mind. I thought I was just going to come here and listen, but damn it, I'm going to do poetry too. Okay, if that's you, just hit me up in a private message and let me know, and we will get you on the good luck round. In the meantime, in between time, we will jump back into the list with Ike Waltz. We're always excited to hear what you got to say. All right, please unmute yourself and welcome.
Good evening. Good to be here. When each grain of salt reflects a blink in a lifetime, imagine each blink contains a story to be told. Finally, you will notice that every bomb produced promises war. Salty words at a blink. I took a grain of salt and built a house, windows wide open. Pussycat meows. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt that painted me in a world of white with black not to be, with mixed lovers not to see. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt and I found under my bed the many competing gods covered in frothy curls of lust. Others call it history's dust. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt, shadows fell off my lap, flashing news, diffusing the never, promising the forever. It's so damn darn confusing a task. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt, a sleeper wave told me, don't come near, as I will kill you. So I drew a drop of blood on the roaring sea. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt on a hostile stage with lots of fun, where man murders man. I asked the gods to shut up and listen for once to me. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt, moon shadow frightens me. Dark night began to talk, gray day followed. It's time to enlighten me. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt and I shared my apple. But what will I do when I'm wondering who is fucking you? Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt. We danced a simple dancer's dance, 3 steps, 4 steps, all at once. I pointed my finger. Yes, it is amazing what a salty kiss can do. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt. I smelled her perfume's ecstasy. I licked your body in places only I can see. You spiced my taste. No time to waste. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt. I sang a terrible, terrible song. Just a passionate, sexy sing-along. Words only a cup of coffee can foretaste. Cloth, whispers, bubbles are interlaced. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt and the noisy garbage man took the yesterday I had shredded. A stupid apology I regretted. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt, followed a swallow way up into why. Take me high. I sent a postcard with a forever stamp as far as I can, reaching mysterious La La Land. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt, books without titles, movies without stars, people without names. So easy to remember. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt and knock, knock, knock on my door. I'm already there. Senior discount everywhere. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt. I danced with your shadow all last night. Innocence, exploring, arousing steps, and you had another and another cocktail. Cigarettes and perfume clinging onto the tips of your dear furry coat, like naked skin from inside out, aura sublime. I was in love. You were magic, yet all but mine. And I danced with your shadow, and you danced with my life into the darkness of night until I was out of time. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? I took a grain of salt. Time flies, and little flies irritate my eyes. Time is not on my side, and I still do not know my lines, and I still do not remember that those lines even followed me. Can you see the mother of all bombs coming at you and me? At last, I added a grain of pepper. Salt on pepper harmony appears in the haze. Tender love seeks noble days. And I says, she says, he. The neighbors call it Sweet 69 Harmony. Can you see that the father of all bombs wants to die? So we can live and remain that creative salt and pepper together, like you and I. Thank you.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Please unmute yourselves. Give Ike some love.
Typically,
Yeah, you always bring it. It's
As
amazing.
usual.
Amazing.
Love your perspective. I love your
always.
Yeah, you have the most incredible way of looking at the world.
Yeah.
It's beautiful, like.
Chris, like, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Very welcome. Thank you. Oof. I mean, y'all make it easy. You know, Eric used to say this all the time, but all I got to do here is be semi-cute, you know, a little bit funny, not even like all the way funny, just a little bit. But y'all carrying it. I appreciate y'all. Y'all make it easy. Next person up to bless the mic is Mark Colby. Please unmute yourself. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. This poem is actually in, it's pretty small, but it's in like 3 parts, believe it or not. Doesn't look like it, but it's read down, across by stanza, and then across by line. I know some people have worked with doing different forms like down and back up and whatever. This is something I did a form like this years ago. And this poem I've worked on for a long time. I think it's thematically sort of fitting in because it's, well, you can see Lincoln, the Lincoln Memorial, and it's called Lincoln Memorial, 3 parts. In town of blame, other person, palace, crowd, sits Lincoln, sharply dressed, his clothes flow in marble, like he's about to get up. He appears to wait, to look for something, not yet there. He's truth, sculpted, symbolic by history. He's the lie mended by Emancipation Proclamation. Remember, if I die in a good cause. The cause is freedom. A Civil War soldier, young Black man, wrote home. Gettysburg's a promise written in blood. In our nation's capital, Lincoln still sits, waits, carved in stone. In town of blame, other person, palace, crowd, sits Lincoln. Remember, if I die in a good cause. Sharply dressed, his clothes flow in marble, like he's about to get up. The cause is freedom, a civil war. He appears to wait, to look for something not yet there. Soldier, young Black man, wrote home. He's truth sculpted, symbolic by history. Gettysburg's a promise written in blood. He's the lie mended by Emancipation Proclamation. In our nation's capital, Lincoln still sits, waits, carved in stone. In town of blame, remember, other person, palace, crowd. If I die, sits Lincoln in a good cause, sharply dressed the cause. His clothes flow in marble, is freedom, like he's about to get up. A civil war, he appears to wait, soldier, to look for something. Young Black man, not yet there, wrote home. He's truth sculpted, he's truth, Gettysburg's sculpted, symbolic, a promise written by history in blood. He's the lie mended in our nation's capital by emancipation. Lincoln still sits, waits, proclamation carved in stone. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you for that. That was wonderful. Please unmute yourselves and give Mark some love.
Yeah, that was beautiful.
Mark.
Really
Yeah,
cool,
superb.
Mark.
Yeah.
Nice work, man.
Thanks.
And for giving us something interesting to look at in the background. You know, we like when you guys give us that multimedia effect. Keeps the screen popping, and you know, some of us are getting up there in age. We need things to be popping so we can stay awake. I'm just saying. I'll just speak for myself. I don't know. All right. We thank y'all for being here. I just want to take a second and shout out the folks that are not presenting tonight, at least not yet. We don't know. The night is still young. Who are here just offering their energy to the room. Kayvon the Poet, we see you. Rich Glennon and our baby Boo, we see you in the background giving us some love. Marsha Rivera, see you, sis, always giving you love. Aaliyah, all right, we see you. Thank you for being here with us. All right, we are going to be moving and grooving. So I had the honor of performing beside the OG, someone who's been talented and showing us how to do it for quite some time in this community, Baba Ngoma. We thank you for being here. Y'all just buckle up. Be prepared for anything. That's all I'm going to say. Just be prepared for anything, because anything can happen. Okay? Anything can happen. It's all going to be great, but anything can happen. Okay? And Ngoma, please unmute yourself and welcome. Welcome to the space.
Mute. There we go. Hey everybody, how y'all doing? So I'm gonna do a poem from my book. I didn't come here to tap dance, but since this is kind of like Dr. King's weekend, although it was last weekend, but this is the closest thing to it. Some of the poems in it are autobiographical, for real, and others are just social criticism about things that have happened in my lifetime. But this particular poem is autobiographical. It's called, I got a poem and a song too. Where were you when the King of Love was killed? April 4th, 1968, the trigger pulled, the bullet cried at 6:01. Heartbeat ceased at 7:05. Lorraine was the woman scorned. It was Bluff City, the place that Elvis ruined. St. Joseph could not save him. The evil was not bluffing. The digits were against him. The math total equals 6, the number for sacrifice, the number for caring, the number for healing, the number for teaching others, the number for protection. But he left his juju home. Peace and harmony forsake him. Conspiracy completed. The bullet was no love letter. Destiny with his appointment to protest inequality incinerated. Garbage men and their mothers mourned with the rest of the world. A young draftee, I was in the barracks looking at my reflection in newly spit shine boots, pondering how soon I might get sent to Nam when the news broke on the radio. A redneck muttered under his breath, "Good, the nigger's dead." It was at Fort Pricks, AKA Fort Dix, when the lights went out and the riot started. I don't remember how long it took for the MPs to break it up. The next day's training was how to quell mob violence. I stood firm with the brothers who resisted and decided not to go. Thank you. So anyway, this song was a song that was really popular during the Vietnam War when the anti-war movement was really at its peak. It's a song by Jackson Browne called "A Crow in the Cradle." The sheep's in the meadow, the cows in the corn. Now is the time for the child to be born. He'll laugh at the moon, and he'll cry for the sun. If it's a boy, he'll carry a gun. Sang the crow on the cradle. If it should be that our baby's a girl, never you mind if her hair doesn't curl. Rings on her fingers and bells on her toes, and the bomber above her wherever she goes. Sang the crow on the cradle. Your mother and father, they'll scrape and they'll save, build you a coffin and dig you a grave. Little one now, don't you weep. We've got a toy that will put you to sleep. Sang the crow on the cradle. Give me a gun, and I'll shoot that bird dead. That's what your mother and grandfather once said. Crow on the cradle, tell me what shall we do now? That is the one thing I leave up to you. Sang the crow on the cradle.
Man, you better just jam. You better just jam on us. I know that's right. Come on, please unmute yourselves and give Ngoma some love.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah.
God, thank you,
Oh,
thank you.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Great poetry, great
Almost
music.
away.
Beautiful work.
Amazing.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Put my info in the chat if you want to get the book or how to contact me in the chat.
Please do. Please do. Make sure you go and get that book. Gift yourself. You know, as they say, where I'm from, treat yourself. Okay. It is most definitely worth it, inspiring. Man, it's just an honor to be amongst you all and the way that you share your gifts. Thank you all for being here. You're wonderful. You're wonderful. All right. Next person up to do the very same is Nemo Sum. I know I saw you here. Oh, yeah, there you are. Welcome back, man. Unmute yourself.
Thank you. It's so great to be here. It's a very great place to be on a Thursday night. So thanks so much. I'm going to read a micro triptych, which is 3 thematically connected micropoems. I am a desolate planet, atmosphere long ago blown away, pockmarked with impact craters, harsh, cold, uninhabitable. My mind palace is a labyrinth of my own devising. Halls of neurons twist away into the darkness in all directions from where I stand. So perfect was my design that I cannot escape. And those brave souls who come looking for me, hopelessly lost. There's something in here that feeds on flesh. I can see its horns in the mirror sometimes, and I'm never far from its hot and wretched breath. Perhaps I built the maze to hold the monster. I know the ascent all too well. Slopes painted with my spent blood, scattered with the shredded banners of past rallies. It's my heart's deepest desire to get to the top of the hill. But there's this boulder, and it is with me wherever I go. Pushing the great rock upwards has carved grooves in the dirt. Sometimes I follow them. Sometimes I make new ones. And sometimes I want to change the path, but the boulder gets stuck in the ruts. I find myself having to repeat a route I know will end in failure. And I'll watch the boulder roll back down, crushing everything beneath it, bringing me back to the base, looking up, feeling broken. I've gotten to the top before, but the last time I found a wicked man whose face I've seen in the mirror. So I pushed him, and I felt him fall, and I dreamt that my world was tumbling, and I woke at the bottom, feeling scared. This time, I'm keeping my head down, staying focused on the work. I can feel the weight of the burden shifting as my will grows stronger and the climb begins again. Thank you.
Nemo, that was such a beautiful, beautiful performance. I just want to say I very much enjoy your rich storytelling and how intentional you are with your word choices, right? Each line is very intentional and it comes across as such, just so you know. But
Thank you so much.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
Don't let me be the only one to say so, though. Please unmute yourselves and give Nemo some love.
Yes.
Yes.
So good.
Nemo, right
Great
on.
story. It feels like an epic story. Like I can read a myth. Like that's gorgeous. That's gorgeous.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
I agree with you, CP. Is definitely giving me mythical vibes. It's definitely out there. Me and Ishmael, you know what I'm saying? If somebody was coming, we was on the boat. So definitely Sisyphus. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Ike. Great stuff. We love it. We love it. We love it. You guys are just really on it tonight, and I'm here for it. I'm so excited to be in this space. I see that Julian made it in here with us, so I didn't want us to miss an opportunity to hear from him, because he in himself is an experience that's well worth it. So please unmute yourself, Julian. I'm glad that you made it in.
Hi. Second skin. Everything has a skin. The down on a hatchling, the insides of bedding. Winter is just another covering, a new, fresh dressing for a scorched earth, a battle-scarred forest, husked trees, a brief healing to melt away into green. Everything has a peel, a rind, a skin, oranges, bananas, coconuts, even the groundnut and the peanut within. A snake molts every month or two. A swan replaces all 25,000 feathers every summer. The hibernating bear in a cave always comes back hungrier. Everything has a mask, a coat, a shell. The forest has an overstory, the tree, a bark, the book, a cover. Humans shed their entire outer layer every 2 to 4 weeks. 1,000 skins in an average lifetime. Each a story to tell, maybe. Some skins are too thin. I once saw kids and grown adults at a mall in cosplay, traipsing around in colorful wigs, fierce makeup, and outlandish outfits. Anime and manga characters unfamiliar to me. Having fun being unrecognizable, yet recognized in disguise, if only for a day. We all have the capacity to reinvent, to act, to adopt a persona. They say to fake it until you make it, but all sequent lives have consequences. Everything has a skin. Sometimes we adapt a role so well we become the other. The salesman imbibing his own snake oil, the charmer hypnotized by her own spell. Being professional may mean swallowing our true, amateur, authentic, artistic selves. Defiling haloed grounds for a hollow victory, the end justifying the meanness. Everything has a skin, some thicker within. It's inherent in our own dual nature, as supposed to be both poison and elixir to alleviate and induce suffering. The exquisite curved tip of a scorpion skin, everything has a second skin. Yours may be warm, soft and tender, mine colder, crustier. I'm 2/3 of the way in, some rings yet to encircle me, some pages yet to be writ. Your chapter is only beginning, your core is terraforming, your edges yet to flake off. Everything has a skin. Even snow changes on its journey from cloud to earth. Water vapor attaches to every hurtling icy drop. It can't choose where it falls, where it's been. But when you magnify, home in, peer closely enough, every snowflake is a six-pronged crystal, no two ever alike, they say. You never know from its coming where it's going. A second skin can also be a thing of beauty, just waiting to be found, just wanting to be seen. Everything has a second skin. Everything. endpoint. Thank you.
So glad we got to hear that. Thank you, Julian. Please unmute yourselves. Give Julian some love.
Julian, yeah.
You're right, hard.
Again.
Always, Julian, always.
Beautiful, Julian.
Gorgeous stuff, right? Every week, just beautiful. I feel like he's just painting in front of us, right? With words, just throwing them up there. And we're like, ooh, where you gonna go next? Oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was a sunset. Oh my goodness. You know, I love that. I love that about your pieces. Never quite know where I'm going until I get there, and I'm always glad when I arrive. Appreciate you all for being here. We're moving through. We still have some space on the good luck round. If you're feeling froggy, as we say, go ahead and jump in. Jump in. Jump in. The water is fine. All right. Next person up is CP Mays. Buckle up. Buckle up, folks. All right. We're just going to keep buckled up all evening. Just stay safe is all I'm saying. Just stay safe. Go ahead and unmute yourself, CP. Do your thing.
So yeah, I ended up doing 5 years in the Marine Corps. Gained some medals, lost some friends, seen a lot of good, a lot of beautiful places. And yesterday I had a trigger. Someone was, letting loose firecrackers. A lot of people, like the firecrackers can do something to you, So this piece is less than 24 hours old. It's a new piece. It's called Always Non-Refundable. Your insecurities got abandonment issues. Your abandonment issues, codependency issues, have fears of rejection. You're passive aggressive. Don't doubt my demons never shut their mouths. Unlike Christ, who was raised on the third, I wasn't raised off a box full of tissues. When they come for you, and they will come, remind yourself, you're not washed up yet. If it bleeds, you can kill it. If it breathes, it's huntable. Final breaths are always non-refundable. Hell on earth is fresh out of vacation days, and there's only half a carton of almond milk in the fridge, and I'm past spent. Passing off another childproof prescription cap off, as a graduation cap off, as a milestone off, slightly in left brain off, hitting for great sakes brain to keep up or keep down the liquor. Tomorrow's karma has already taken off. With a half-naked hangover, getting dressed up in an insecurity to be worn at another one of my epic pity parties tonight. My cheeks are a garage where I park my problems, knowing that I can't stop misspelling I love myself. My tongue rides around dictionaries with no collision insurance. If we were meant to be God's little proteges, then heaven must be a place where broken toys go to play. If God doesn't speak American, we're all fucked. Meek, the Messiah, and the rest of middle management still believes that Jesus stole the election, still stays storming the Capitol, still kept in collection plates. Sometimes our living gods deserve an unemployment check, and I won't live long enough to watch my why won't you give up into going down without a goddamn backroom bar brawl slugfest. Hey, too much pain. Just go ahead and tell that this can't be life, that believing in death died the moment we realized that the devil was a lie yesterday. A year-long argument with myself ended up in a fist fight with a maybe. If I tell all my I love yous to go fuck themselves for long enough, might always remind myself that I'm a child of God, will stop living like the Bible's just a book club for losers. I've never been impressed with anyone's ability to quote scripture, y'all. For even our devils can quote scripture, y'all. And I promise Satan can do it even better than you. Y'all, our souls are non-refundable. Thank you.
Ooh-wee, that's some hot, fresh fire, man. Yikes. Okay, if I tell all my I love yous to go fuck themselves. Indeed, indeed. Please unmute yourselves and give CP some love for that. That was tremendous.
Woo! Holy shit,
Yeah.
CP!
Blown away.
Shit, yeah.
Damn.
Thank you for letting me vent. Thank you for letting me vent.
Even our devils can quote
Yeah.
scripture.
Okay, say that again, Gusto. Say it again.
Even our devils can quote scripture. God damn.
Okay. All right. That is the reminder for the evening. Okay. Be careful who's in your ear. Just because it sounds good don't mean it's coming from a good source. Right? Check your sources. Check your sources. Check your spiritual sources. Okay? Because these vibrations are free and they are not always without a price, though. Okay? CP, thank you for choosing this space to share how you felt when you was triggered. Thank you for your service, for your choices before and since then, and joining this space, giving other folks with similar backgrounds the heads up that, yo, you can keep it real here. It's all right. We're not going to be afraid. We're not going to throw you out. We're not going to cut you off. But we appreciate it. All right. Next poet on the scene, giving it to us real, is Maddie. Yes, Maddie. I'm so glad you're outside. We need some outside love. Please unmute yourself. Do your thing.
Hi. Okay, forgive me because I'm nervous because this is a very vulnerable piece and I've been working my ass off on it. So it's called Juice Box. Hold this salt shaker up to your ear for wave sounds and then play pretend with me a show. Lemon and sea salt, I learned, go good if you want to curdle your own bloodline just for bleeding. Autism speaks fluently of me, said is just lonely as all get out. Invisibility said, you thought we were done loving you? Autism won't grow out of its awkward phase for you. It'll cook down to concentrate the bullies away. Where is everyone? I'm determined to befriend this stubborn though. I'm a code breaker living in an echo chamber, improving on family recipes for being too dismissive that ableism soured out a while ago. Not one smarty pants in a lab coat can cook up a how-to on holding the wind in a sail as beat up and baby girl as I can. Don't you dare cure me. I got mailed out this way. I may have been, and you may have been born on land, so come up when you can. Oz was a narcissist or a doctor, not no magician, not listening. Ain't 50 prescriptions enough to give up on fixing me? Put the Heil back in your Hitler and drop the eugenics at the door. I have outrun every teacher's pet without getting winded, but my playground still tire swings and face plants the same as a spitting image of crybaby. Just no tears this time, because Big said, kid, I'm gonna put the hurt on you for it if you don't quit. Lemon juice and salt, said the recipe, and that's about all the sense you make of yourself, grown-ups. I vote cut the coaches and put sugar in. Mom said that's not true because it won't work, and she's an expert. Don't you know all the big and normal get off on shrinking and call it training to your face? Hide that. Kill your own kid shake. Big said this world will spit you out just to cherry some anyway. Do it for yourself and call it mercy. Straighten up, sweetheart. Not like that, though. Bring on the peroxide because I can't cry anymore. But I just picture the color yellow and I swell up like sunshine is anaphylaxis. Say hope to make me uncomfortable. I don't have a safe word for this place, but I put some salt on and pucker up. No matter how much of my body becomes a play dead game, my evidence recovery still gets shrunk up to cute little treasure hunt because I like pink and stuffed animals again, or I never stopped. I just lied about it. I'm dead serious and you still infantilize me. When only one side remembers the knife, I don't know who hurts more. Probably us. Even when you got a taste of sugar, your shame about disability ain't mine. I'm gonna smile. My lover rocked me back and forth once, spoiled so rotten I giggled till I laughed. I laughed until I wept. I didn't see it coming. There was no bee sting nearby to curb the moment, to be realistic for the camera. Safety and baby talk were on the high shelf with the cookie jar since I could walk. And I'm fluent in reaching past my last blood stain by now. Love is a ladder. It doesn't make me work. I worship extreme history theory, Bigfoot, poetry, a thesaurus god, a not yet imagined dinosaur made of because he said, you got this, just stick to it, you'll think of it, stubborn it out. I believe in my Barry the Brontosaurus sensory tap nightlight because he believed in me first. My first friend was Serendipity, the English dub of a pink dinosaur that I watched on VHS that nobody on this earth remembers. Recognize the birthmark here, please. The recipe called for salt and lemon, and I had to eat. But I'm pinking up. You need to thaw out something sustainable before your own extinction. This is the story I made you for dinner. God was wasted when he wrote our special code, a gift to everything that Grace had imagined. Picture seeds falling like hailstorm to splatter paint me. This is how the green got into my eyes. God said stubborn. God said bullhead, Sisyphus, fight backer, ground stander, hill dyer, honor. Wait till they see you crack up like a Kinder egg. Said, let me tell you about my special interest in the octopus, my autistic mascot, how her intelligence tentacles and misunderstands even the visionaries with no color vision, just receptors of cells, their bodies guiding the blindness and morph magic out of every single light till it dies in us. We hold this, all of it. Us limited additions. Neurodiversity is what keeps the long cipher of life on its toes. So speak up or write it, my fellow sugar packets. Passengers, do good here or try. I'm going to sprout a tree out my belly at the end. Either way, should Alzheimer's come for me and stranger, my own self at the mirror. I hope that I ate enough candy in time for my new reflection friend to play nice when we Scrabble. You got to name the plant hope either way, though. Something must be out there, be both alive and willing to love me as I am. I said God didn't lie. He told y'all friends to hold up your flashlights. If you recover me as Easter egg before I have to go home, you'll see everything I ever made rupture like dandelion at the finish line. You call me alive. Press me in between the pages of the hardest you have ever laughed till you cried. Call me alive. Promise to call me alive when I'm leaving. Remind me, I'm a child to the belly. I won't see past the white lie for Christmas. I will believe you. So call me alive. Call me alive, because more than half my time has been salt and lemon in the wound just to curb my creation story. Have a juice box with me. Make my end the most irrefutable light show that Disney ever put on for the weirdo kids. Hold my hand when I cast a long shadow. Tell me all about the long, wordless drive back to my 7 sisters. Promise me Pleiades is waiting for the reunion dinner. Call me alive when I go home. Send me back so spoiled rotten that I've got nothing but cavities at the crinkle cut to show off. Don't shrink up when I cry. Don't coach me out like a killer. Don't ask me what I meant. If I start stalling by the sunset, it's just because I have always been on the tip of my own tongue about this. I don't know how. I'm just now thinking of a safe word for the first time. I'm just gonna miss you all so much.
Oof, the whole freaking thing. But damn, that ending. That ending. Thank you for being here, Maddie. Thank you for being you. Please unmute yourselves and give.
Yeah,
my God.
that's like
Holy
so much
shit.
you know,
As fucking awesome.
validating
someone,
yourself, but you're lifting so many others along with you. It's like
as someone who actually is on the spectrum myself, it's always nice to be able to hear someone else's experiences with being on the spectrum, being able to just meet someone else like that.
Yay!
yes,
Nice to meet you.
yeah, your voice speaks to many, and it speaks strong and true.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You're a badass, Manny. You're a badass motherfucker.
Badass. Right. You know, we're going to let your love roll for a little bit, right? Because you deserve all of it.
Yes, you do.
We like to see you connecting, making space for other
She
people.
gives amazing hugs.
Right? I can tell. I already know. But we appreciate you, right, for making space, for telling your story. Adam, we thank you, right, for even being brave enough to speak on that as well and join the conversation in that moment, right? So we're glad to see you connect with like minds and like experiences and find yourself in this space, whether it's you speaking or somebody else speaking, right? So thank you all for being here, offering your stories. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Maddie, come on, you already know. Please make sure you check out the chat though, Maddie, because they were going crazy, the lines were hitting. And I don't know about you, but after I write a piece, it's always nice to know what connects, right? Because sometimes it's different from what you think. All right. Who is going to connect with us next? Well, I guess it only makes sense that Adam would be next, right? That just makes sense. So I appreciate the cadence of that and how that just naturally came together. Please unmute yourself, Adam, and welcome back to the space.
Yeah, thank you for having me. Just so you all know, full disclosure, I have poetry more as a side gig as what I do. I'm mainly a music guy. I actually I perform every now and then at the Parkside Lounge on Tuesday nights for their open mic. It's actually very geographically close to Neuruppin. I took a break for a while, but I'm gonna be doing Tuesday nights regularly again. I also, for those who are interested, I'm also releasing an original song on February 3rd, 2323. It's going to be my debut single as an independent artist under the fake band name Extreme Nation. And if you want to see more of what I do with that, or just what I'm like in general, follow my Instagram. I can put it in the chat. It's also I also put it in my name, but I can put it in the chat. With that out of the way, I'm gonna go into my poem. This is some new shit. I wrote it on the train ride back from my job today. I think it definitely points to a turning point in my life I'm going through right now. It's called Thank You, Mother. Dear Mother, thank you for what you've done for me. Thanks to you, I have an intellectual curiosity. This makes for many opportunities to learn new things. Thanks to you, I know how finances work. Now I know how to avoid becoming broke. Thanks to you, I'm well fed. I have not to worry about going hungry. And thanks to you, I have a strong sense of judgment. Actually, no thanks for that. Let me rephrase. Thanks to you, I've become the most judgmental asshole anyone's ever met. I guess I figured since you do most things right, then you have a right to complain when others go about different. But even after all you've done for me, for which I am grateful, I cannot let you give me your sense of relatability, or lack thereof. I've been subjected to your sense of judgment, and I took it, ran with it, and I've been slowly losing my friends ever since. But this isn't the way for me. I want out. And I won't listen to your distortion of the world around you anymore. Because I'm tired of hearing your isms. I'm tired of hearing that reverse direction light switches come from Poland. I'm tired of hearing that all mentally ill homeless people come from East 100th Street. I'm tired of hearing that all men are stupid. I'm tired of hearing that all young girls are stupid. I'm tired of you using your own two-way sexist beliefs to justify why you are unpopular in college. I'm tired of hearing that they-them pronouns confuse you because of an arbitrary grammatical construct of the English language. I'm tired of you blaming they-them pronouns on child abuse. I'm tired of hearing movies described as boy humor when you have yet to provide an example of girl humor. I'm tired of hearing you're allowed to say all this because working 9 hours a day is stressful. I'm tired of hearing that I shouldn't be friends with someone because you decided to hate them. I'm tired of being told I'm supposed to wait until I meet the right group of friends, consisting entirely of people you don't hate. But mostly, I'm tired of driving away all of my friends just because I took your advice. I can land a job. I know how money works, and I know when and what to eat, but none of this defines me as a person. What defines me is how I carry myself what attitude I take, and how I relate to the people, places, and things around me. I know this now. So for that, I do thank you. Thanks to you, I know for certain that when I grow up, I want to be nothing like you.
Yes, Adam, come on with that truth, because we need every piece of it. Please unmute yourselves and give Adam some love.
Adam. That was awesome.
You can love somebody and not put up with toxicity.
Yeah. So powerful.
Yes, very.
Dude, you can always movie talk with me.
Love that. I love that, right? We got to be able to call it out, right? Consider people for what they are, imperfect. Just because we throw on them titles of parenthood doesn't necessarily make them well equipped to give us the love that we need all the time, right? But we learn from everything, the good and the bad. That's one blessing in the learning process and a curse. It's a double-sided kind of situation, right? We thank you for bringing us both sides, or all the sides, right? Because I'm sure there's more than two. We know that. Life gets squiggly and wiggly enough for us to know. It's a lot of sides to this thing. Thank you, Adam, for being honest and open with us and willing to connect. That's what we're here to do. And guess what, folks? We made it to the good luck round. I'm excited. We got a bunch of hitters in here. You all been hitting all night, so that just makes sense. The first up to bring us some good luck energy is Joski. Please unmute yourself, Joski. Do your thing.
Oh, hey, Ray Jane. Is that coming through?
Okay. Yes, great.
Wonderful. Okay. So, tomorrow is my true love's birthday. So, when I fell in love with Deneen, I wrote this song and left it on her answering machine. Done my share of drugging and drinking. Maybe I done some of your share too. I've done enough lying around thinking to have solved a problem or two. Well, lately it's been driving me crazy, so that I don't know what to do. When I start remembering, baby, what it's like to hold on to you, that's when I feel your arms around me, baby, and laughter in your eyes, and joy around you. That's when I feel as though the world is whole, and so my soul is open, as though this could be real. That's how I feel. Done my best to live without hurting. Even so, I hurt quite a few. I've done my best to just go on living, even when my days felt so blue. Well, maybe I may not be deserving of these feelings coming to me. I can feel emotions unnerving, rocking like the waves on the sea. That's when I feel your arms around me, baby, and laughter in your eyes, and joy around you. That's when I feel as though the world is whole, and so my soul is open, as though my heart can heal. That's how I feel.
Oh yeah, we love some love up in here. Come on. Happy birthday, Denise. You know how we feel about you, girl. Okay. Please unmute yourselves and give Josie some love for that.
Oh,
Yeah.
Josie. Yeah. What an honor for
Thank
her.
you.
So lucky.
So nice.
She is
Yeah.
so lucky to have you as her husband. That was
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I absolutely I love your guitar playing. It's always really nice sounding.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Is there a recorded version of that song? Because I'm gonna listen to it again if there is.
There will be.
Okay. Now don't play with us, Josie. Don't play with us. All right. Don't play with our emotions. We're gonna be expecting you to make good on that. And in the meantime, you can come to us on Facebook or YouTube and find the recordings of these shows afterwards and run it back, until Joski tells us where to find it on Spotify or iTunes or one of those streaming services, or perhaps, a grassroots one that we can support as well. Just let us know, Joski, if you're putting it on the vinyl, we want to know as well. All right. Give it to Deneen first, though, because it's her birthday. We'll wait a little bit. Okay, next person up in the good luck rounds is going to be Teresa R., also known as Terry Rose. Jerkskin, please unmute yourself. Hey, Terry.
Hi. I was going to do a combination tonight, a poem and a bit of a song, or two poems and a bit of a song. First piece. I break the sadness encompassing me. I brush away fear, drums snaring. I break shades of blue, purple, and green. I will transform to motion out of this state, even if I feel I'm not ready. I refuse to die without a fight. I break the shades of the sea. I blow the trumpets blaring as I break waves to be free. Second piece. Listen to the raven who cried for the children who are no more, and who lived under the heart of the sun, blown apart by automatic guns, fire from ignorant or damaged minds. These who were scary branches of a family broken tree, who planted bodies underneath. Gone before age 9, blown away one day, casualties of the wrong place and the wrong time. Blue, blue, my world is blue. Blue is my world, now I'm without you. Gray, gray, my life is gray. Cold is my heart since you went away. Red, red, my eyes are red. Crying for you, alone in my bed. Green, green, my jealous heart. I doubted you and now we're apart. When we met, how the bright sun shone. Then love died. Now the rainbow is gone. Black, black, the nights I've known, longing for you, so lost and alone. Gone, gone, the love we knew. Blue is my world, now I'm without you. Thank you.
Thank you for jumping on the good luck round and singing to us. Y'all, I don't know. I like it. I like where this is going, this good luck round. Please unmute yourselves and give Terry some love.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Yeah. Terry.
Thanks.
That made me happy.
Smiley now. I appreciate it. Okay. The next person to bring us some joy, as only he can. I believe the next person up is RMT, and I'm right about that. So our producer with the mostest backing us up this evening, shouting you out for keeping our space moving, grooving, and safe. Please unmute yourself and do your thing, Ron.
Thank you. And thank you everyone for making my job easy. You guys just you all rock, And yes, it is a pleasure for me to help out Ray Jane every Thursday now. And also on Mondays as Elemental is guest hosting for Advocate of Words. Advocate, if you're listening to this live stream video live or later on in the next few days, we miss you. Please come back soon, But it is such a pleasure to be here. There was no hybrid open mic or karaoke this month at the New Rican Poets Cafe, but this Saturday, as Ray Jane already mentioned a few times, we will have La Bruas, our executive director, 50th birthday, which also kind of kicks off the 50th year the New Rican Poets Cafe has existed. So if you can afford the ticket price, again, it's a little bit higher than usual, but it's a fundraising for the cafe. Every money will go to the operations, for the renovations, for everything that we need to do at the cafe. Come on out. And if you've been with us on Monday, we had Paul Concasso officially announcing that karaoke is resuming next month, second Saturday of the month on February 11th, but it will be expanded. It'll be from 8 p.m. to midnight. It'll not just be karaoke, but independent artists. So if you are a great singer like Teresa, come on over to, hop over from New Jersey to New York. And, I'm going to see if maybe we can add a Zoom, platform as well. So maybe we can hear Joski and Gustav, but Paul and I are talking about it. We're going to try our best. So thank you guys for, supporting us here Thursdays, Mondays, every other day of the week. Ray Jane, I'm glad that we'll be able to listen to you as well. I'm so glad you were able to add yourself to the good luck rounds. I really appreciate it. So I wish I could sing like all these past singers we just heard this evening. I can't. Maybe I'll try some vocal lessons. But what I'm going to do instead, I'll read a very short poem that I wrote 2 weeks ago, and I read it in Mitch's online salon last week first. So here we go. Happy belated holidays and a happy new year. Happy New Year's resolutions. Let's all be clear. For me, happy trying one more time to get my ass into the gym. Maybe I will also go back to the indoor pool and try to swim. Happy laughing and smiling more each day. Happy no more cloudy days, no more gray. Happy being more kind to myself, to me. Happy doing more things which I like, I agree. Happy having moved into yet another year, another circle around the sun, my dear. A new batch of 365 days not to be outdone, hoping that this year will be as equally or more happy as the last one. Happy belated New Year, everyone. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Ryan. See, I told you was gonna bring the sunshine. Didn't I say that? All right, please unmute yourselves and give Ryan a little bit of that sunshine in return.
Happy
is good.
We are down with RMP.
Yeah, every last
Ron. Yes, Ron.
Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you for holding us down, for always being such a tremendous support in the community, whether that's here on Thursday nights or they're here on Wednesday nights or they're in the cafe for all the events. You are a gift to us. We say that all the time, and we mean that all the time. Thank you for reminding us about what's coming up to look forward to so we can keep our appetites wet for more fun and more inspiration and more opportunities to share, connect, and to grow. Just want to say thank you to everyone who chose to come out tonight and share with us, the folks who made it on the guaranteed list, the folks who were brave enough to jump on the good luck round and sing to us and remind us Denise's birthday is tomorrow. So we want to let you know that we appreciate you and we love you here. We don't say that just to be saying stuff because we got other stuff to say. as hopefully you have heard and appreciated thus far, right? So, I don't know, Maddie. I love this place. I think it's wonderful too, and we try to tell y'all, bring friends. Keep the space alive and well. And the only way we can do that is if we keep space for each other, right? So we just ask that you keep space for each other as you end your week. And remember what you could do for someone else, even if it's just something simple as listening, which often ends up being a lot less simple and a lot less prevalent of a gift that others are worth or choose to give you. Just to listen, right? Just to hold space with you as you speak your mind, your day, the things that have moved you, hurt you, right? Covered you, broke you. As the things come along, we thank you for being here to share all those experiences, all that new shit, all that old shit, all that medium shit, whatever. We're glad that you come here and you share it with us, and where you go, right? To the other spaces, right? We mentioned a few. The Word is Right has a bunch of things going on every single day as well, right? I host the Freestyle Fridays, the last Friday of the month. Ron is very involved in the community as well, as are many of our other artists, garage poets, right? We got those going on Fridays. So please, don't be afraid to branch out. If you hear one of the poets talking about a different space, it's because we already tested it out. We know it's safe. We don't want to send you anywhere they're going to tear you down, because that doesn't make any sense. That's not what we're here to do. Cool? So, in the spirit of never asking you to do what I'm not willing to do, I'm offering myself up to the good luck round just to close us out with some energy or whatever I can conjure for you. And I hope that you can feel it, find yourself in it. Got two pieces for you, and we'll close it out. The first one is for Jaheim McMillan and Keenan Anderson, the most recent in a ever-growing list of black men slain in the streets. And the last one is just an encouraging piece. I want you to go out there and just fling yourself into the universe. Right? Why not? Why not, right? So the first one is entitled For the Black Body. Some of you may have heard it already. If you haven't, mess with it. I appreciate the gift of your energy and your attention. Jaheim McMillan, armed with the black body, dared to exist in the sunlight, extinguished well before he'd know the reach of his legacy, taken again. Another rewritten history where the innocent become the enemy again. Another black forever, reduced to a body, and we add another name to the tally of black men slain to distract us from the carnage of capitalist gain. Drag chalk from bottom to top of a black life, reduce us to outlines. The other day I saw Anubis. Yesterday I saw Anubis. Today I saw Anubis write a new name, Keenan Anderson. Against my better judgment, I lost count of the executions I watched again. Mind absent, yet wondering how I can still subject myself to repetitive spiritual battery. Who will I be when the acrid acid of its assaults overloads my capacitor? Starting to behave like I'm Pavlov's trigger warnings, got Bull Connor's dog salivating. Taste for persecution, solution to the black problem. Ways the same as the trauma in a black body's swing. A black body's last song. How it's often a scream. I can't breathe. Wails the same grim melody as they tryna George Floyd me. Death notes attempt to lull us witnesses back to sleep. Other black bodies. To consider ourselves privileged to still be living, to be on this side of the cell phone screen, as if we aren't able to feel his anxiety. his terror. Our faces cementing, inside battle is raging, mistaken for inability to recall. Easier than many. How many times a day this skin recalculates the likelihood of my survival. How this skin demands that I clutch joy with both hands. 'Cause I'll never know when I lose another black man again. I choose to lift the black man again. 'Cause all the world can be a noose to the black man again. So for you, black man, again, stolen black man, I snatch back your name and return to you all of your breaths taken. Thank you. And the last one, the shorter one, more upbeat. Take the energy with you. Me and my girls go flying every other night. Glass of wine or scotch or gin if she from New Orleans. Earth offerings roll themselves, minds expanding as sunset ignites at ends of spliffs. We go, baby. We climb into each other's rocket ships, communicating with our futuristic air pieces, all in agreement that perspective would be the fuel for all of our voyages. Finally free to roam the realms untethered by the earthly binding of skin, we rise into the limitless of this molecular two-step, growing tentacles as we go. I hope that you found yourself inspired, that you found yourself loved, that you found yourself wanted in this space.
Well, and hold on, Ray Jane. I'm going to ask everyone to unmute themselves so they can tell you how they felt inspired by this.
Yes, Ray Jane.
Yes.
Great night.
Absolutely. Couldn't have ended the night on a better note.
Oh man,
I felt more.
You gotta unmute yourself so we can praise you. Oh my gosh. I've never heard you read before. That was awesome. Thank you.
If her thunder don't get you, her lightning will.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Hate y'all for that, y'all. Ooh, you make me feel so good. Thank you. You know, I'm here for y'all. So if there's space to fill, I try to fill it with my voice as an inspiration to you all to do the same. I thank you for the gift of your attention, for letting me share the stage in this space with you. As we always do, the way that we enter the room is the way that we leave, and that's with love. So thank you for being here. Expect that I'm going to unmute you all so that you have the opportunity to yell your love into the atmosphere, whether that's as a means of lifting yourself or the other people in the room, or that person that you're afraid to speak to, or that person that you wish you could speak to but you can't. Choose this opportunity to share your love, right? Because it ought to be free. And while you do that, as always, I will be counting down from 10 in the background with 10 things I want you to take with you for the rest of your week until we meet again on the next Thursday night adventure on our little rocket ship that we call the New Eurekan Poets Cafe. If you would like to board again, whether that's just to see the sights or to get involved with our foolishness and all of our fun and friendship, please do come out. If you would like to sign up for the guaranteed list, that's 20 folks. You will sign up 24 hours ahead of time. So since we are spitting at 9 p.m. Eastern on Thursday, you're going to go to theneweurekan.org on Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. Full events calendar. Thursday of choice. Artist ticket when you get there. Cool? And if you forget all that, follow me at It's Ray Jane. That's ITSRAYJANE on Instagram and Facebook. And look out on Wednesday morning for a reminder on how to do this. In the meantime, please unmute yourselves and let's do what we know how to do best. And give your love to the sky.
Yeah, love everybody.
Love you all.
Brilliant.
Brilliant.
For
It's a
everyone.
pleasure to be here.
Every day.
RMT.
The best.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful space.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Really amazing stuff as always. Love hearing you all.
Write a book.
Peace, love, and poetry, y'all.
Absolutely.
Don't forget who the hell you are when you get there.
Mr. Waltz, Julian, Mark.
Don't be afraid to speak the sins of the people that hurt you. For what you say might be somebody else's
I'll
permission.
see you in July, NYC.
3,
I'll
we
perform
gonna
at
be
any
waiting.
stage that'll have me.
Adam.
I always
Gonna have you anywhere, man.
July propaganda
always
thought.
look forward to coming here. It's a really nice space to be in.
Number 2, we love Adam. Number 1, we
May
love
words come when we need them.
Yeah.
peace. Be good to yourselves. We'll see you
Okay.
next
Peace,
week.
everybody.
Bye.
Take care.
Love y'all.